Hey, what's up? Anthony's here. Hey, Anthony.
We're live.
Let's wait for a few people to arrive first. Keep the volume down on that.
Okay, I'm watching from my phone.
Anthony, can you hear us? Anthony, hello.
Hey.
Anthony, can you hear us? Can you see us?
Check, Mike. Can you hear me? Check. Hello?
Okay, good.
Hello?
Hey, expert private. Thanks for joining. Gerald, nice to meet you. Jade. Hey, Jade.
Hi.
How's it going? So we're going to wait around for a minute or so, but I hope you guys have watched my music video premiere of my song Undone. Did everybody get a chance to watch it? If not,
Did you?
Go check out the video and come back here. I'll be waiting right here.
Yeah, 4 minutes. We're counting down.
Oh, this is Kyoto.
Hey, Kyoto.
Kyoto has been in a few of my videos.
Oh, look at her. She's so cute.
Hey, Dorian.
She watched the video.
Hey, Jyoti.
All right.
Expert is 2 a.m. Wow, thanks for joining. I really appreciate you staying up or waking up, whatever you did.
Oh, yeah.
Really appreciate that. So where's everybody from? Type in where you're watching from. We're watching from Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my studio is.
Yep.
I'm sure you recognize it from my videos.
And I actually just flew in from Paris.
She just got in like a couple hours ago.
Literally flew in. Came here and I was like, I cannot miss the world premiere of Sanjay C's single. I mean, come on.
Hey, my first song out on Spotify and iTunes and everything. So I'm so glad you guys were able to share it with me. Hey, Robin, Damian, Dorian, Javs. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bella Locus, what's up, bro? Scott,
Chile.
710 Science from India. All right, we got somebody from Chile, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Germantown, Maryland. Hey, that's kind of close by.
Syracuse, Indiana.
College Station, Texas.
Australia. Hello, mate.
France, bonjour.
France, bonjour, je t'aime. I just came from Paris. We could have met up.
Bunny Boy, what's up? Hey, Mark Schwenk. Diego, how's it going?
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Ivan Silva. Julian. Wow, we got so many people here. I feel
Do you know
so
Tamil?
loved.
No, we don't know Tamil. Sorry.
No, I don't speak Tamil. But Dharti, my wife over here, she speaks Gujarati and Hindi and English, and now 5 phrases in French.
Yeah. Je m'appelle Dharti. Bonjour, au revoir, je t'aime. S'il vous plaît.
Hi, Vic Manert. Sorry if I'm messing up your screen names. All right, so, you guys are from, well, we're in Washington, D.C., but my wife and I are both Indian. I was actually born in India.
I was born here. I'm Gujarati. My parents are from the state of Gujarat, Patel. And he's
I'm a mix of a bunch of different things.
That's how love works. Just a bunch of mix of different things. Like a bunch of mix of beats.
Oh, wow.
Got that?
Wow, I got that. Smart. Julian from Malaysia. Wow. We got another Julian from Florida. Denver, Colorado. So, loved your Rolly review, Rolly Block versus Seaboard. Thanks, William. Everything about the video was incredible. Wow, you're so sweet, Jay. Thank you.
We actually got a few other comments up there. Let's
you got it on your phone.
We should okay. That means go and look from your phone instead of touching his laptop and ruining everything. Okay.
So I got a couple questions while the premiere was going on about whether I'm going to be doing a beat breakdown kind of thing on my song Undone. And yes, I'm definitely going to do that because I've got so many questions already about what sounds I use and how I created the music. So I'm going to make a video that's breaking down everything from all the sounds that I use, all the virtual instruments I used, how I produced it, and also how I produced my vocals on it. So look out for that video. It's going to come really soon.
Okay, we have some comments.
All right.
Gerald C says, I love the new single.
Oh, thanks,
2 exclamation
Gerald.
marks. Boing, boing. And then Jade said, you guys look awesome. Well, thank you. I spent about 2 hours to really make sure that I look good, feel good.
And other good.
And other good.
I see music. Hi. About the Shure SM7B. Is that necessary to have a cloud lifter on a Focusrite Scarlett? Fan from Dubai. Oh, nice. Dubai representing here. So SM7B, absolutely, you need to have a cloud lifter to work with pretty much any audio interface or any preamp. The SM7B is just very quiet. It needs a significant boost to sound good. But once it does get that boost, it sounds excellent. It's one of my favorite mics. Okay,
and Roem says, hey, dude, great song, by the way. 3 exclamation points. Boing, boing,
thanks,
boing.
Rohan. TG Doggy, what's up? Hey, Tim. So glad you joined me.
Bella says, hi, you two. Love the video from Florida. I like reading all the comments. Coming down. I know, but comments are good. They make me feel good, and they should make you feel good.
I do feel good.
All right.
Samuel Cruz says, I'm moving to Canada next month. Why? It's so cold up there. Where are you living right now, Samuel? Oh, you said from India. Which mini MIDI is best for Ableton, Arturia or Novation? I mostly work in session view. Please guide. All right, so between Novation and Arturia, which is good for Ableton session view, honestly, I think they're both almost equally as good for session view. I do like the Arturia Mini Lab a little bit more because it includes some things that Novation doesn't, like a sustain port, and you kind of need that when you make music. So if I had to choose, I would go with the Arturia Mini Lab. You have questions?
Yeah. I don't know if you answered this because I wasn't really listening, but I See Music says about the Shure S7.
Yes, I answered that one.
Okay, so I guess I wasn't listening.
Oh, wait, Jyoti has a good question. Can we download your song anywhere? Everywhere. You can download my song. You can follow me. Follow me on Spotify because I will have more songs in the future. And that way, if you click the follow button on my profile on Spotify, you can get notified every time I release a new song. And I'm on iTunes, and I'm on Google Play Music, and or YouTube Music. I think I'm there too. Amazon Music. Deezer and Tidal, pretty much everywhere you can find me. Just look up Sanjay C. You'll find me there.
Okay, there's another question.
Okay.
How do you determine the best vocal/music mix? Do you prefer vocals slightly louder than music or vice versa? That's from TG Doggy.
Okay, that's a great question. Vocal, I would say neither. Vocals shouldn't be louder or softer. It's all about balance, and there's no one setting that's just gonna, and I hate when people give me this answer, oh, there's no one setting, everything's different. Really what it is, you want the vocals to cut through the mix because that's what people connect to the most, the vocals of a song. So you really want that to be in the forefront of the mix no matter what kind of song you're doing. And but you need to tweak it to your taste. When you listen to it, and have your friends listen to it too, and if they are feeling the emotion of your vocals, then you know you've mixed it well. It's all about balance though. And there are different characters that are in the song, right? It's your vocals, then it's a melody that an instrument plays. So you need to balance those two. Sometimes the instrument needs to come up. That's a long answer, but more on that when I actually do my video about the vocals in this song. I'll explain that more.
I love listening to his voice. I mean, music, no music, is just his voice that I'm in love with. Wow. So I feel like it's always that. Like, you know?
You're so sweet.
It's the truth.
Biased, aren't you?
Not biased at all.
Okay.
Come on.
What's up, Ryan? What's up, Ramiro? And Elaine. Oh, Elaine's here. Hi, Elaine. Axela, how's it going?
Okay, we have a few more comments. Like,
got tons of questions though.
Yeah,
Let's
but
get to these questions.
every so often we need to share the comments.
Okay,
so it
what's
feels
the
good.
comment?
So Kat D says, that song hit me deep, bro. And then someone said,
like
wow, that was so amazing. And someone just said, hello, Reverend. Hello, Reverend Elaine. Hey, dude, I love the videos you put. What equipment to buy or use? It helped me set up my studio, but there's so many DAWs.
Yeah.
What do you recommend?
Well, honestly, I would say that all DAWs are almost alike. The only ones that I think are kind of unique are FL Studio and Ableton, because they just give you a very different workflow from the traditional timeline view when you're creating a song. So if you do like performing live with beats, if you make EDM or hip hop, I think Ableton is an excellent choice, and FL Studio as well. Those are the ones that are really unique, but I think they're really good for certain genres of music like EDM and hip hop. But otherwise, go with what you can get, go with what you can afford, and get started sooner than later. Don't wait to just choose the perfect DAW. Get started with something.
Okay. Do you mix in mono?
Great question.
Julian.
You know, I've heard such great things about mixing in mono, and I've been wanting to do it. I didn't do it with this song, but it's something I'm definitely going to be trying, because a lot of very well-known producers are doing that to create a better space, stereo space in their music. So I'll try it out, and I'll let you guys know how it works out.
Okay, and Jade says, I'm an abstract painter. What are your favorite colors? I would love to make it a late wedding gift. What?
Wow, that would be so awesome.
Thank you. Do you know how late this wedding gift is, by the way? 10 and a half years late.
Hey, it's better than 20 years late.
That is so sweet. That is amazing.
That is
no
really
one's ever offered us anything like that. So,
you know, I
like purple. I like
But our house colors are red, yellow, and
white and black.
Blacks and
splashes of yellow,
oranges, but a lot of red and yellow.
I would say, as a painter and as an artist, do what makes you feel
I totally agree.
Inspired. Use your own mind, your creativity, and we'd be happy with anything you would give us.
I know, that would be so awesome if you did that. I'd love to display it back there. So that's actually, I can display artwork on that screen back there, and I've displayed some artwork from another artist before in one of my previous videos. So
hey,
if you give me some art,
look what just happened.
I'd love to.
Your kind gesture is going to be displayed in the museum of our home.
Gian Stacy's here. What's up? Gian Stacy was featured in one of my videos. He's a really young producer.
Yeah. Hi.
Who does amazing work at such a young age. Check out his channel, Gian Stacy. And who else is here? Rita. Hi, Rita.
That's your mother-in-law. Shame on you. Call her and say mother. Just kidding. That's my mom. Okay, so let's see. Darren says, I just wanted to say that I watched some of your older videos and you should let the goatee grow back. LOL.
I might do that.
For sure.
I like that. I like the goatee.
Come on, I mean, here and there. I like the mustache. You haven't seen him in just a mustache. It's sexy as hell.
Okay.
Right.
Zero Entertainments. Hi, he says, or he or she. What do you think of Propellerhead Reason? Is it a DAW? Reason actually didn't start out as a DAW years and years and years ago, but now it is a full-fledged DAW. I don't think it's used as much as other more popular DAWs like Logic and FL Studio, Cubase, and Ableton, all those ones. But especially for dance music, EDM, a lot of people use Reason. So if there's something you really like about it, use it.
Okay, next one. About the world premiere song Undone. Go buy it. Go check it out. Go watch it on YouTube. Someone asked a question.
Okay.
On Undone, did you start with a groove of melody first, and do you typically have a preference when producing? This is from Damien.
That is a really good question, and it's a question I always ask other musicians and songwriters and producers, because I'm so interested in the workflow, how people get to that end result, right? So with this song, and what I typically do with most of my songs is I start with a chord progression. And the chord progression actually starts drawing things out of me. So once I have a progression that sounds interesting, I start adding a beat to it, or I think of a melody to put on top of it, because I think that, to me, the chord progression really starts bringing out the emotion in a song. And when I come up with like 4 chords that sound good together, I can kind of repeat those and it sounds like a verse and say, all right, I'll tweak them a little bit, change them up a little bit for the bridge or chorus, and the song starts developing really fast. So it's a fast way to get to an end result for me. So for me, chord progression, then melody, beat, and then start arranging the song. Last comes lyrics. I don't like writing lyrics. You have another question?
I have more comments.
Hey, Samir.
You're already doing absolutely great work from Samuel. Expert Private. I don't know if Sanjay knows him, but I do. Kashmir. Do you know who Kashmir is? KSHMR. He's this Indian dude.
Oh, hi.
He's friggin' amazing. I love him. Like, he's a producer, DJ /
all right,
musician person. I'll show you his work. I follow him.
We'll get in touch with each other.
No, it's not him. Someone asked you if you like him.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No,
okay. I thought he was
like
here.
Huge. He's like a celebrity.
I was like, oh, he's here.
He's getting
connect. All right. DJ Stredder, Superior Marvel. What's up? Joel Fur.
Rohan Mata. This is the best comment of them all. You know why?
Why?
Because he says your wife has a beautiful laugh. Oh, thank you.
Wow. Yes, you do. Beautiful laugh.
Beautiful laugh.
Yeah.
It could be goofy sometimes, but it's sincere. Thank you. All right. A lot of heys. Hello, guys.
Hey, Joel. Thanks for that comment, man. I love to hear when you guys say that some of my videos have been helpful for you. So thanks for saying that, Joel. Hey, Damien. Dan Chris.
Oh, I love your channel. It's nice that you help us all. This is from just the letter I. Why is it so mysterious? Okay. I love your channel. Okay. All right.
Here's a good question. You should move to FL Studio. You know, I really want to learn FL Studio. And mostly because when I did a poll with all of you, most of you said that you're using FL Studio. And I was surprised because in most of my videos, you see Ableton Live. But so it's an incentive for me to learn FL Studio because I know that you guys would get a lot of help out of it. So it's on my to-do list.
Okay, Joel says, hey, man, just wanted to come on really quick. Oh, okay. You should move on FL, sir.
I did just answer that one, too.
All
right, expert is saying, don't learn FL Studio, please, no. Gosh, why? So many people use FL Studio.
Samir says, you're better than my teacher.
Thank you, Samir.
What is your teacher teaching you or not teaching you? All right. Let's actually get to the questions. Would you be down to making tutorials on how to sample correctly on Ableton? Ryan. Correctly?
Yeah.
Is there even that, like, can you say that do this correctly?
That's, so I always say that there's no correct way of doing anything, but I think I know what you mean. Like there's a way to sample to get the sound that you're looking for, to get there faster, I think. And I actually created a video about creating vocal chops using Ableton Simpler. So that video is already on my channel if you want to check that out. And in that, I'm using samples, chopping them, and then creating melodies out of those if you want to check that out. But I will do more videos about using Simpler and using samples. Definitely. That's coming up. I'm going to turn down the light a little bit.
Yeah, and my siblings are on watching us. Yeah, family support. My brother's saying we're watching on big screen. My sister Namrata says hi. Kudit says hi. Thanks, guys. It's always just from like, really, we usually don't push our stuff on a lot of extended family and stuff because we don't want to like force people into this. But it really does feel amazing when family and friends actually support the work that you do. They appreciate your creativity, or at least just like cheer you on. never, never like a bad thing to have too many cheerleaders in life.
And you know what?
Thank you so much for
it's-
everyone that's been subscribing, liking, following from the beginning, or even like following from today because I forced a lot of people. So, but please do. Like, I mean, it feels amazing. So thank you guys. And to our new friends, of course, we love you guys.
Hey, Sanjay, what do you usually use your light pad for? Like drums, melodies, mixing, loops? I use my light pad mostly for drums. I like using it as drum pads. But since I've got my Machina Micro Mark III, I actually really like that too. So if you are looking for something that has really good drum pads on it, I really like the Machine drum pads. But light pad is great. And I will say this, and I always take one thing with me whenever I travel, and it's the light pad block. It's probably the one thing, because it's so small, it's so easy to travel with, and I can use it for melodies or making beats anywhere I go. So you guys should check it out. Okay.
I could use them a set.
Something
like
about finding samples. Hey, I have a whole video about finding samples. Check out that video. It's kind of old, but like free sources of finding samples. And also, if you do want to use a subscription service, I have a video review of Splice.com, which is the service that I use, which I think is top notch. Do you record in this room? Tips for acoustic treatment of the room. Here's an interesting thing. So everybody talks about acoustic treatment, which I think is really, really important. But if you can't get to do acoustic treatment in your room, if it's just not possible, or if you can't afford to do it, don't worry about it. Don't let it stop you from making music, because this room is not treated and it has some reverb issues. And if I try to sing into my mic, yeah, it does. I do get some weird noises, but I'm going to show you this thing right here. This is what I use now to record vocals. So I have a mic and I have this tiny isolation shield, which works just good enough for vocals. So this is actually, and this was cheap. I think this was like $40 for this isolation shield. And that's it. Acoustic treatment is great if you can do it and you can do it right. But if you can't get around to it, don't let it stop you from recording stuff. On this song, I had no acoustic treatment. I recorded it right here, and I didn't even have that isolation shield on the mic when I recorded the vocals for this song. So don't let things stop you.
Someone's asking about the Undone video. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music. The video's on YouTube. Go watch it. I'm going to do that every single time, okay? So, all right. Someone's asking, the vocal chops are really awesome in Undone. That's Julian.
Thank you.
Did you use output on that?
Yes, I did. And I'm going to put more of that in the video when I break down the beat. I used output exhale for it, a mixture of output exhale and my own vocals. And if you listen in the chorus, there's some really high-pitched vocals in there. That's actually my vocals. I just pitch them up and chop them up, and that's what you're hearing. So it's a mix of output exhale and my own stuff. Okay,
so my mom, Rita, asks, hey, can I be an actress in your next video? Is there going to be a next video?
Yes, we're doing, there's going to be a casting call very soon. So mother-in-law, you can wait in line with the rest of the people. I'm just kidding. No, of course you can. I'll put you in a video.
Oh my God.
That Kyoto jump. Yeah, she did. She likes jumping from big heights.
She's adventurous, like her mama.
There was a question here. What type of microphone do you use? Jade's asking. So Jade, I use the SM7B by Shure on the track Undone. But I recently got the Slate microphone, the Slate VMS system microphone, which is a condenser mic, which is really good too. But I've used lots of different mics in the past, and honestly, I can say that go with a well-known manufacturer like Audio-Technica or Shure, something like that, and condenser mics are really, really good. They do pick up a lot of room sound, but if you have a fairly quiet room, condenser mics always are really, really good. The Slate mic that I have now, and I'll be recording vocals in my next song with, that is a condenser mic.
He also asks, what first got you into music production?
What first got me into music production? Well, when I was in I grew up learning classical piano. In high school, I had a couple bands, and I started writing songs, and we'd record on these old 4-track tape decks, and we actually created, you know, albums when we were in high school and gave them to our friends, and it was a lot of fun. But as that progressed, I wanted to start doing stuff by myself, and since I wanted to play all the instruments, I needed to figure out a way to record myself doing multiple tracks, and I wanted to improve the sound quality, and I just started learning it on my own. I started buying equipment, and one of my biggest frustrations back then was that I couldn't find questions, couldn't find answers to all the questions I had about how to produce well. And so that's one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel, is to kind of get the the intimidation out of making music and try to make it more accessible for people. So anything that I learn, I want to teach you guys out there, because I was once in your shoes, not knowing how to do certain things, and whatever I know, I want to be able to share it with you. Mm-hmm. There's a question from TG Doggy up there. Mic question. Recently got a new mic. It's quite expensive, but have been disappointed that it just sounds too tinny, like the treble is turned up.
Tinny.
Any tips? Wow.
Is tinny a word?
What kind of mic did you buy, TJ Doggy? I kind of feel like you may benefit from a better mic pre, unless you've got already a good mic pre, or maybe your room is causing some issues with that mic. That's particularly if you know for sure that other people using that mic are getting really good results. But you know, some mics are just not suited to certain people. Are you doing vocals or acoustic guitar or something like that? Let me know.
So somebody wants to know, which instruments did you use in
the song?
The song Undone, which is available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. And you can watch the video on YouTube.
If you haven't watched the video, go ahead and go watch that video and come back. We'll still be here. So what instruments did I use? A lot of instruments. I'm going to make a video about it because it's hard to just rattle them off here, but I'll give you a few ideas. I use Cypher by F Expansion, which is now a Rolly company. That I use for a synth. I mentioned I use Output Exhale for some of the vocal chops. I use Nexus 2, which is really a preset player. I wouldn't call it a synth, but it has excellent sounds, so I use Nexus. I used a couple different things from Native Instruments. I used Ethereal Earth, which is one of the brand new Native Instruments that I created a video for because I really like it that much. I also used for the riser that you hear, which is kind of like a drum roll, I used Rise and Hit by Native Instruments. I used for some of the drums, I used XO by XLN Audio. I used some of my own drum samples in there as well. Not samples I've used myself, but from my collection. And I know I'm missing a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'll definitely include it in the video that I'll release soon.
Okay. Guys, Jade is a female.
I know Jade's a female.
Girl power. I think we were.
I hope I didn't refer to you.
No, I think I did. I didn't know because you never know with all these screen names and stuff. I'm so sorry, but girl power. Okay. Rakesh says, "Hey guys, just loved Undone. This song will be the next to Alan Walker's "Sing Me to Sleep" in my playlist."
Oh, that's so nice.
We're gonna be like playing through your dreams. That's so sweet. Do you have Rohan's asking, do you have an iPhone, an Android, or Google phone? What do you think? How about you respond to your comment and tell me what you think he has, and then we'll get back to that. Do you prefer sound design or preset browsing? Pathetic Nexus in quotations.
Yeah, that's a great question. I prefer preset browsing, and it's mainly because I have to work really fast. I usually put out a video a week, and I create all the music for all the videos that I put on YouTube. So I'm typically creating a new piece of music every week as well to kind of show you how to do things or review some gear. So I need to find those sounds really quickly. So I typically preset browse, find something I like, but more than More often, I actually tweak that sound just a little bit as I need to. But I also, here's something very important, I EQ everything, every single track, every single instrument to find its own place in the mix. And you guys should do that too if you're not doing that. That's something I learned way too late in my production education. EQ everything to find its own space. So if I'm using like a piano that's doing a melody in the higher frequencies, I'm taking out all the other frequencies. So I'm making sure there's no bass, there's nothing lower down in those frequencies, and only the melody part that I need.
You mean lower down?
Yes.
All right, Sane Monk asks, how long you've been singing? Any tips for vocal recording?
I've been singing for years and years and years and years. I first started singing out of necessity because I never really wanted to be the one singing. In my bands, I didn't really care to be the lead singer, but I ended up singing a lot. And now I just do it because I like writing songs and I don't want to go looking for a vocalist out there. So I just sing them myself.
Keep the money in the house, you know?
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's no money yet. Okay. Is it good to use sample from YouTube? Samir is asking.
Watch out for copyrights, because
Yeah.
if you use samples the way, whatever, you know, if it's too close to the original, you could get in trouble. So be careful with copyrights. There's so many places you can get free samples. Again, check that video. I actually made a video about finding free samples online. So if you're looking for places to get some free samples, especially like old stuff, there's a lot of music from like the 20s, 30s, and 40s that's in the public domain now that you don't have to pay for or worry about copyrights for. There's a lot of other sources to get them, but if you can't find anything else, hey, use what you can. Just careful about copyrights.
Mm-hmm. Okay, eSafari. Hi. Love the new music video.
Thank you.
Can you explain briefly your workflow creating the song Undone, which is available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and you can watch the video on YouTube.
Okay, my workflow for creating that song. I started by listening to lots of different types of music and picking up some things that I thought, I never thought of doing that. It was actually the snaps that you hear on the start of the song. So the song starts with these vocal chords, and then the next thing you hear are these snaps. And I never use snaps in my songs. I'm like, hey, I should try doing that. And then I started building on that. I said, okay, how can I build on this beat from there? I started then with the bass line, and then started building the drums and adding more instruments to it. That's how the song first got started. But like I answered before, because I think somebody else had a similar question, I always start with the chord progression, and I did the same with this song.
Okay, I love this question because I have an answer for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would your dream collab be? I'll go first. Justin Bieber.
You want to collab with Justin Bieber?
Yes,
okay.
Whether I can sing or not. I did meet him. You can go watch my video. It's on my YouTube channel. I love him so much. Don't have judgments. I actually had a heart-to-heart with him. We were both crying together. It was like best friends talking to each other. It was so good.
So you kind of actually did collab with Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah, but like, I want to collab more.
What is that wink for? What is the wink mean?
Okay, or
okay.
John Mayer. I love John Mayer so much.
Actually, I was thinking John Mayer too. So collab, I would love to collab with the producer who really knows what he or she is doing, because I think you can learn so much from producers. I watched Timbaland's masterclass actually, and his masterclass was amazing. Again, just to see the workflow of such a prolific producer. And I'd love to learn from other producers. I think, somebody like that, somebody that has produced some major artists, just to learn how they do that, how they come up with those sounds. And if you can watch the masterclass by Timbaland, I highly recommend it. Also, the Armin van Buuren masterclass was excellent too. But when I think about collabs, I also think a lot about collaborating with songwriters. Thank you, Rohan.
What?
Rohan.
Oh.
So
Rohan.
I think about collaborating with songwriters. I love people who write amazing songs.
Oh,
I grew up.
What does that mean?
I grew up. I
Okay.
grew up. I grew up listening to the Beatles a lot. I think John Lennon, Paul McCartney are amazing songwriters. I would love to collab with somebody who is an excellent songwriter. John Mayer is an excellent songwriter.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Taylor Swift is an amazing songwriter.
Yes.
I think these people just have something, and to harness where that comes from, I'd love to collab with somebody to just learn from them.
Okay. Ryan is saying, hello, I'm just getting started with music producing and I'm looking at getting a MIDI keyboard and an Ableton Push 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which of these two items would you recommend that I purchase first? Before he says anything. Mm-hmm. Ryan, you need to go back to some of old videos of Sanjay's and go watch those reviews and then make your decision. But yes, go watch those videos also.
I'm sure I never actually made a video about the Ableton Push. I've made tons on keyboards. Honestly, I'm a keyboardist. I started out as a pianist, so my go-to instrument is a keyboard. So I always gravitate to a MIDI keyboard over the Ableton Push, as good as it is. I like the Push more as a dock controller than as a keyboard. So for me, I would go the keyboard route first. If you're not a keyboardist, why not start with the Ableton Push? You can do everything you can on a keyboard with that, and you'll just need that one device. Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you.
Prashant says, thanks for being an inspiration. I love to hear that. Those words mean so much to me because I look out to you guys for inspiration all the time too. And sometimes the comments you leave, the music that you share with me, and guys, if you have any music that you'd like to share with me, leave it in a comment, leave your link to your Spotify or SoundCloud, whatever you have. I'd love to listen to your music. That inspires me. So thank you for saying that, Prashant.
Getachu says or asks, what is your favorite bass and guitar virtual instrument? How do you make them sound real? Where do your inspirations come from?
Bass and guitar virtual instrument. Those are two really difficult things to replicate in virtual instrument form. If you're looking for an acoustic guitar, a strummed acoustic guitar, I find that the native instruments strummed, I think it's called strummed acoustic. I think those are really good if you just need something that sounds like a strumming acoustic guitar in the background. It's really flexible and it's sampled, so it sounds super realistic. Bass, honestly, I haven't found something that I love. I typically end up mixing two bass sounds just to get something that I like. I'm always searching for a good bass sound, and I don't think I've found it yet. I just make do with whatever I have.
What was that? There's a producer in my ear.
I think there was,
quick question.
Okay.
Max, quick question. What do you think is the best DAW for sound design? Currently use Logic, but doing an art school, going to art school next month to study sound for moving image. I'm not sure if Ableton Cubase is better.
Okay.
For a non-music person reading all these words, it's really fun.
Okay. Finish the question.
Is that the question?
Oh, which is better, Ableton or Cubase for moving image sound?
Yeah, and they're going to art school. Congrats!
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, we need more artists in the world. Ableton or Cubase? Honestly, you could do the same thing with both. Use what you're more comfortable with. I use Ableton Live. I've tried Cubase a long time ago, it was good, but I prefer Ableton Live. Honestly, I know a lot of producers who do cinematic music who use Logic. So if you are on Mac, I just see a lot of them using Logic. It doesn't mean you can't do the same in Cubase. I know lots of producers who use Cubase as well. I need some water. I'm talking a lot.
Okay. Let's see. More about music. Who is this? Is this someone pretending to be Haley Baldwin is being a mean person? So we're going to ignore that. Hi, I'm a beginner. Okay. Ernie is saying, hi, I'm a beginner on electronic music. What MIDI controller, if you have to choose between
the Keylab and Ovation Launch Key? Which would you choose? Techno production? You know what? I would actually choose the Keylab, and this is why. I think as keyboards, they're both kind of maybe on the same level. I don't know about the launch key by Novation. If you watched one of my latest videos, I actually was demoing the Novation SL Mark III. I like that keyboard more than the launch key, but I like the Arturia Keylab because of the sounds that it comes with and the sound design you can do. And if you're doing electronic music, you're gonna love those vintage synths that you get with the keyboard, and you can tweak to your heart's content and do all the sound design you want. I like the Keylab option.
Okay, I usually don't like to address negativity, but if anyone's reading these comments from HB, Haley Baldwin, fake Haley Baldwin. Okay, you made a comment of, at least I have a real job. First of all, this guy.
Oh, I do have a real job.
He has a real job. He works for a very, very exclusive company in Washington, D.C. in the technology department doing very important work. I'm a psychologist, okay? So we not only do motivational speaking in a lot of different places, we teach in underprivileged schools in India. We also work with orphanages in India. We donate a lot of our time. We teach other people on disabilities, all those things. And I'm also a flight attendant. So even with all that time, we're doing these things to inspire others and to do the things we love. So let's move on.
Kuzi had a question. What did we miss? Can you find out what? Because we were, oh, here, best for me. Is it too much for what I want? Okay, hi, I've just discovered your channel and love it. Thank you, Kuzi. I'm a guitar player and I'd like to use and learn a DAW, learning on it and want to use chord progressions. What should I do? I thought Machine will be, actually, if you have Machine, okay, so Kuzi, if you have Machine, it comes with this feature that allows you to use some inbuilt chord progressions that in complete control. So I would use that. That's a great place to start. If you're having a tough time coming up with chord progressions, start there. It already has the chord progressions built in. And if you still can't find that with Machine, there's this plugin called Cthulhu. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's by Expert Records, the same company that makes Serum, and that plugin will help you come up with chord progressions as well. Both of those are really great starting points for coming up with some inspiring chord progressions. If you have Machine, you've already got it. Explore those chords, that chord feature a little bit more.
All right.
Bro, you need modders for your chat. I know, Loka, but you know, you can't help it. There's always interesting characters everywhere we go. Okay, what are favorite keys or what your ears love? I find that F sharp minor, E minor, and D minor are mine after adding all my music to mixed and key. If I had to choose a favorite chord, I don't think I have a favorite chord. I just out of habit gravitate to certain chords, and it kind of annoys me because I want to come up with something new and different sounding than what I've already done before. But every time I rest my fingers on a keyboard, I automatically go to D minor 7th.
Okay, another positive comment. K George says, love your music, keep it coming.
Oh, so, thanks, K George.
There's also questions about that. We just released the single.
Yes.
I know there's another maybe 2 or 3 or 4 coming along. Are you doing a whole album?
That's a good question.
What do you think about that?
I don't think so. And here's why. I really like doing the YouTube teaching for music production, and I really want to focus on that more than anything else. But I do like making music, so I think I'll be releasing singles rather than a complete album. So look out for more singles. And there's also the time issue. I have a day job and then I do YouTube kind of on the side. So it's hard to get around to making videos, going to my day job, and making music as well. So, but I love to. So I will continue to create music and release it probably as singles, not as an album.
Okay, another question.
Okay.
I don't know if you know any of these people. I don't know if I do.
Okay.
I'd have to listen to the music.
All right.
Ryan asks, would you also be down to make videos of remaking specific beats? Mutual Slump and Number Song by DJ Shadow, Don't Cry by DJ Dilla, and deciphering every part that goes into making that track?
You know what? I've thought about doing that before, about taking an existing song and deconstructing it and then, showing you how I redid the beat. And I see a lot of other YouTubers do that. And I'm always interested. I love to watch those videos from other YouTubers, but I always feel like I got so much in me that I want to create. I tend not to remake other songs, but I actually have done that a few times on my channel. I've done several songs, always kind of my own take on those songs, never a recreation, except in two cases. One was the theme song from Stranger Things, which I did, which was an as exact of a remake that I could do. And the other one was Pray For Me by The Weeknd, which I also tried to make a 1-to-1 replica of the instruments from that song.
Which, by the way, I was at this educational training thing, and I hadn't talked to Sanjay all day, and all of a sudden he sends me the Pray For You video. And I was like, who the hell? Fire, 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 fire emojis. Who is this hot, sexy guy? Oh my God. I was shocked out of my mind, because those of you that have been following him from the beginning, imagine just like, okay, this tutorial guy, music production, blah, 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 blah. And then that video. It was amazing. Go check it out. Okay, JC asks, mixing headphones, 32, 80, or 250 OHM?
Oh, say that again. Say it again.
Mixing.
I think I just kicked Haley out, but give me that question again.
Thank you. Okay. Mixing headphones, 32, 80, or 250 OHM? OHM.
Let me read them, because when I'm listening to you. Oh, 250 ohms. So the biodynamic headphones that I use are 250 ohms. They are, in my opinion, a little bit better than the 80 ohms, but they're much softer. So I've used them with the Focusrite audio interfaces, and they work just fine. They're loud enough for me. So if you want to get the 250 ohm biodynamic DT770 Pros, I would highly recommend that. On the Native Instruments Complete Audio 1 and 2, the volume was a little bit soft. So, but on all other audio interfaces, volume is totally fine. You don't need a headphone amp.
Okay. And let's see. Oh, I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, Elias, I hope I'm saying that right.
Okay.
Says, how can I add energy to my tracks? Everything I make ends up being extremely atmospheric and ambient. Even when it's not what am I going, even when it's not what I'm going for. Also, just for future reference, it's pronounced Cthulhu.
Oh, Cthulhu. Yes, Cthulhu. That's the right pronunciation. Okay, thanks for that. Okay, how to add energy to your tracks. Now, if you're making stuff and it's atmospheric, that might be just something you're really good at doing. But I know you always want to do something more, and you hear the music and you want to try to reach for something more. To add more energy, there's so many ways you can do that. When I feel that something is missing from my songs, as soon as I add vocals, even in the form of vocal chops, it always adds that missing piece and that missing connection, that missing emotional connection. Especially as soon as I add the vocals in, it just lifts the song up and adds that missing thing. That's what I usually find missing from my tracks. But if you're trying to get more energy, I would maybe tweak your drums a little bit. Try using different drum samples. Try layering drums. So sometimes I do this. I create a beat with drum samples or maybe the Machina, and then over those drums I overlay a sampled loop on top, because it adds something else. It adds a different rhythm and just spices things up a little bit. I'll think about your question a little bit more because I think that's a really good question. I haven't thought about it in that way, adding energy. What else we got?
What else? There's so many comments now. I love it.
Anthony's got to go. Thanks, Anthony, for joining.
Thank you for
here.
joining. We totally appreciate it.
Hi to the entrepreneur.
Let's see.
All right. I think we're going to start signing off from here.
No, hold on.
No. Okay. Live looping setup, please. Any recommendations? Yes. Okay. Live looping. I have really enjoyed using the Novation keyboards for live looping. Ableton, of course, Ableton Push 2 is excellent, but I was super surprised by even like the little Novation Launch Key Mini. I just started having so much fun doing live looping right on there. And even with the latest Novation keyboard that I reviewed, they were just so much fun. So, but I don't do a lot of live looping, and I don't do any performing live, so I don't have too much experience in that. But I have also watched other videos about live looping with the Launch Key Mini. A lot of fun.
Okay, back to why we're here today. The world premiere of Undone, Sanjay C's music, which is available on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and the music video was world premiered just an hour, 51 minutes ago on YouTube. So someone asked,
still there.
Why Tokyo? Why did you go and film and direct in Tokyo?
Tokyo is one of my favorite cities in the whole world, if not my absolute favorite. There's just a vibe in Tokyo that's very different from other places. And I always say that it's like it feels so alien to me. I feel like the people there are just so different. Their interests are so different. Everything is a cartoon. Everything has to be cute. Everything is, they're so experimental with their music, with their fashion, with everything like that. It's just amazing to just go there and be immersed in all of that. And I love visiting Tokyo. And since it's one of my favorite places, I was so happy that I had the opportunity to go over there and be able to film my video. But just love Tokyo.
Yeah, I love it there because over here I'm usually like a little extra. I'm in dresses. I like to dress up. I always think like presenting yourself is really great because my mom's on here. She raised us that way. It was all about like presenting yourself nicely, and we were raised that way and with fashion and everything. So when I'm working here and I'm in my dresses and just feeling good, people are like, why are you so, but there it's just so eclectic. There's so much going on that you just kind of blend in, mix in. Nobody's judging you ever. Nobody's looking at you up and down. You're just you walking amongst all these people. That's what I like. Tokyo.
Gerald says, can I join you on your next Japan trip? Yes. Hey, yes. Everybody's invited. Come on, Gerald. Everyone can come to Japan anytime. Thank you to everyone for joining me here. Thanks for watching my Undone video. I will have lots more about the Undone song. Yeah. I'll break it down, tell you what sounds I use, how I process my vocals. So much more coming about that. Thank you all for supporting my channel. And thank you for being an inspiration to me. I'm gonna sign off.
Wait, I have my question.
Yeah, what's your question?
So about the Undone video, it blows my mind. So let me tell you, BTS, this is hashtag BTS stuff. So we got ready very early in the morning, like 4 or 5 a.m. and we were out till like 2 a.m. the next day. Like this is a lot of hard work. And out in the rain, it was getting a little chilly, whatever. So we're going from location to location. He's filming, I'm filming, he's directing, I'm filming. We come up with ideas and we did this all together, okay? It was amazing to just have a project together to do something that's so inspiring by his music. Now, we went to sleep so late and literally I woke up at maybe 6 in the morning. We barely slept and Sanjay's next to me on his laptop already working on the video. And he had the first portion done and it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, like how did you piece this all together? So my thing was like, even while we were doing all this filming and I knew like the shots he wanted to do, I didn't quite know his whole story. It was kind of like a surprise. Like he was just kind of like holding on to it. So my question for you is like, how did you come up with this story? And like what inspired you to to do that video on the storyline?
I think the song Undone is about a lot of contrasts. So it's about, I don't like to say too much about interpreting a song because I like people to interpret it themselves. But there was contrast in the music from the verse, the way I sang in the verses, the music in the verses, and then in the chorus, which was super energetic, right? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to show that contrast between somebody having a very different experience than someone else. So I was there having a much more, contemplative, much more mellow experience in Tokyo than Dorothy was in the video arcades and karaoke and all the things that she was doing. And I loved that contrast between the two, but I wanted to also show how those things also come together. And that's what happened at the end, is the coming together of those two worlds. No matter how different you are, no matter how you see things, and a partner can be there to connect on some level that you never knew you could connect with. And us as people, there are so many amazing contrasts out there, but we come together and make something very musical. It sounded a little cheesy, but I think
it's not cheesy.
I think it's just very true.
It's human, and yes. I love that. I love that answer. Thank you. And we need more of that. And which is why you're here, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm with him, because it's all about the human connection. It's about just being real, being who you are, and inspiring people, and just doing the things you love and exploring yourself. Sanjay, cool. That says the song's gonna be on repeat all night.
Oh, thank you.
Are you going on a date? Huh?
Well, thank you guys. I'm looking at your comments now. Thank you again so much. You guys are meant to be together.
Oh, thank
beautiful
you.
Couple.
Thank you.
My favorite genre to produce is EDM and hip hop. I want to do more hip hop. But we got to go. Thank you guys for joining us. And I will see you again on YouTube. Keep leaving those comments because I read every one of your comments.
Yes, we do. Every single one. Mm-hmm.
And keep making the music you love. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you later.